Hey guys, Sam here, back with another episode of Snacks with Surprise. Today I'm joined by my friend Elyse Cocco.
Hi, Sam. Hi, everyone. I'm Elyse with Henderson Engineers. Nice to be here today.
Thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining me for a very amazing snack, puppy chow. When Elyse and I were talking about what we should have, this was her suggestion, and I have a few fun facts for you. Are you ready, Elyse? Okay.
I'm so ready.
Here we go. So, puppy chow is a snack that supposedly was invented in the Midwest, where we are both from, by a woman named Elizabeth Cooney, and it's called that because it, of course, resembles puppy food. Did you also know that Chex was created by Ralston Purina Company, the same company that makes Purina puppy chow? Isn't that crazy?
I sure doesn't.
And now Chex, which is owned by General Mills, they pre-make puppy chow, but they call it Muddy Buddies. So it's just kind of a strange coincidences there. Doesn't make it any less delicious, though.
So good.
Well, Elyse, you and I met, it's been several years ago now. We were at an event that was hosted by Arizona State University's construction management program, and they have a program called Advancing Women in Construction, AWIC. So we met, which I love that we're doing this interview in March because March is International Women's Month. Actually, Monday, March 8th is International Women's Day. And I love how that ties into the fact that we're seeing more and more women in construction, in commercial real estate, in engineering. What are you seeing at Henderson?
Yeah. So, Monday we have an event for everyone where we're going to watch a TED Talk. The title is something like "Why Women in Leadership is Good for Men Too," because it's good for business. So it's making that case for women in leadership. But I would say what we're seeing in engineering is that the numbers are slowly creeping up as far as percentages of women in the field. My company has made an effort to bring in groups of people that are not who you would typically see in engineering, people of different genders, different races. And so our numbers are slightly better than the national averages for percentages of women in engineering. So that is a heartening thing to see. There's also, it's been important to recognize the things that women need to be successful in the field of engineering. And luckily, all of those things are good for everyone. So it is not like we have to change course and start being thoughtful only to one group of people. Being inclusive is helpful for everybody. So it's a good step in that direction. We've also increased the number of women we have in leadership, which I think is another important step so that, younger women and women that are newer to the industry can see the path to get to that level.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you can see it, you can be it. If you have a role model, It's a lot easier to envision yourself in that same role. And so I know that you consider yourself a role model for other women and men, just really anyone that wants to aspire to a management career in engineering. So what's your management style like? What do you learn? Tell me more about that.
Okay. Yeah. So my role at Henderson, I'm an associate, I'm a team leader, and I'm also a project manager. And since stepping into the team leader role, I've really started to try to hone a servant management or servant leadership style. I really feel like our people are our best asset. And so if we can serve them first and foremost, that's going to bring success in a myriad of ways that trickles down to the bottom line. So we're going to be a successful business, both financially and in giving the people that I work with opportunities that are important to them, helping them grow and develop along the way. And really, I feel like that fits my strengths the most as well. So it's kind of win-win for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't we perform our best when we're doing the things that allows us to use our strengths?
Yes.
Makes you
follow those
happier.
Passions.
Yes. So where do you find inspiration? Where are you finding your where do you learn? Are you reading books, podcasts, movie? How are you getting this? You mentioned TED Talks.
Definitely. I am a podcastaholic. There's so much out there. I feel like with COVID, there's even more of a boom in podcasts that are just just itching to be listened to. So to name a few, Harvard Business Review has a lot of really good business podcasts. The Fix is another good one that talks about inclusivity. Race at Work is another one that's important for right now when we're talking about social justice and bringing people of various races into workplaces that have not traditionally been as welcoming as they should be. So those are a few of my favorites. And then internally, we have a number of affinity groups that we started recently. And I've had a chance to get involved with our women's group, which we've had for a little while, and we've tried to kind of move that forward, as well as our equity and racial issues group. And two cool things that have come out of that. One is we're putting together a program to allow employees in our company to have conversations about race that are open and honest and fair. And hopefully we can make steps forward together by coming together in conversation. And also our women's group has a program called Coffee Connections, and we get paired with individuals in the company that you might not know and you might not have a chance to interact with. And this moment I am paired with a coworker of mine. His name is David, and he suffered a traumatic brain injury when he was younger. And so he has just some atypical speech patterns and just has overcome a whole lot in life. And it has been amazing to have a chance to get to know him. We have found we have so much in common. It's uncanny. And because of this program, we've had a chance to talk to each other and really get to know each other in a way that we wouldn't have otherwise.
I love that. I love that opportunity and that you're getting so much out of it. So it sounds like you're learning a lot. And how are you implementing all of these ideas and concepts at work?
Yeah, it can be challenging, and a lot of the things that I'm interested don't have a right or wrong answer or aren't easily measurable, which is tough. But right now, especially with working remotely being the thing we're doing now and probably forever in some form or fashion, I think it's really helpful to experiment with different ideas and see if they bring benefit to individuals. So one example of that we did on my team this past month, we called it Focus February, and we set groups of people in Zoom meetings together and tried to replicate that feeling you have when you're in an office. So it was just that social connection, but also that maybe social pressure.
That sounds awesome. That's what I'm missing.
Yes. It was really helpful. And it was kind of cool too, because different people are impacted by it in different ways. If you're one of those people who really needs external accountability, you're getting stuff done and you're feeling like your tasks are just cruising through. And some people aren't as impacted by that. They're more internally motivated. But for those people, it was a little social connection or extra collaboration. So there was a myriad of benefits by just testing out this one concept. I
love that. That's so cool. I'm glad you got so much benefit out of it. And I hope, so this month you probably have something else you're trying. And so you have 2 young daughters that I love spending time with. And I'm sure maybe you're trying to use them at home, maybe the practice implementation. Are you doing any of that?
Well, I think the way that correlates with management, being around little kids is kind of an amazing thing, and they keep you so in the moment. I think that's something that can be really helpful in your work. And in all my learning and how to parent and how to work well with little kids, the first and foremost concept is empathy. Everything goes better if you start with empathy. If those little minds feel like they are understood and their feelings are justified, everything goes smoother. And that's just the same for adults. It's the same for me. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So keeping empathy as the first thing we start with in any conversation, I feel like goes a long way in parenting and leadership.
Well, and that's one of the things I value about you as my friend, that you are so empathetic. I definitely feel understood and heard when I'm with you. So thanks for that.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Well, thanks, and thank you for joining me on an episode of Snacks with Surprise. It was awesome to have you. And to all of our viewers, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, we'll see ya.
Bye.